Hey everybody, so this is Matthew's World number 7. So, a few things I want to say real quick. If you see my eyes going this way or that way or whatever, the one thing that is really odd to me and something that I'm just not used to and something I'm not sure I'll ever get used to is looking into that hole right there that I'm looking into there on the iPhone. Because obviously if I'm looking this way, I'm seeing myself, as in, I'm talking to you, but I see myself, so my eyes are going this way. But if I look into the hole, it looks like I'm looking at you or talking to you. So I don't know. I'll try it and see if I can figure it out and see if I can get used to it, acclimate myself, whatever. Anyway, so another cool thing. So I don't have a ring light, or I think that's what it's called, right? A ring light? Yeah. So I don't have one. And so I said, well, I bet you there's a light on YouTube. So let me show you real quick. I'm gonna get rid of this. So right now, so you see me, I'm in the living room, and the lighting is all from this side, and there's no lighting from this side. I do have a light behind me, but I'm not gonna turn it on. I feel like then it's just gonna be like that behind me. I'm gonna look like an angel or something. So if I turn this TV on, we are currently experiencing technical difficulties. So if we turn this TV on, and then we go back to YouTube where I was at to find the white screen, which I'm sure there's troubleshoot. What the heck is...
Somebody stole your spot. Yeah, looks like.
Oh, that's nice. Highway to Heaven is on. I've never watched Highway to Heaven, but my granddaddy loved Highway to Heaven. Michael Landon, I do have an enormous amount of respect for Michael Landon. I just thought he was an amazing actor. So here it is, the white screen, and boom, there we go. So now we have a white screen, so there's that over there. Give me 1 second, I'll take a picture of it so you can see it. So yeah, apparently my TV looks like something out of Superman or something, a big bright glow. Anyway, that was not the purpose of this video, but I mean, you're getting some insight into my world, I guess. Anyway, I gotta say too, I got a promotion at my job, and I just started this last week. So that's always a plus, great thing. I'm very happy about it. Bittersweet. The store I was there for 3.5 years, and however, the store I'm at now is closer to where I stay at, so less gas. That's never a bad thing. So, but what I want to talk to you about today is something that is a very special childhood memory of mine from first grade, Miss Grogan's class. I don't think it was Miss Brewer's. Let me explain that I went to the first grade twice. Miss Brewer's class and then Miss Grogan's class. Even though I went to first grade twice, it was like, here's the thing, I never went to kindergarten, I never went to pre-K. So it was almost like going to kindergarten. It's a very long, lengthy story. One day we'll talk about it. It's very lengthy and a little bit aggravating. Anyway, Miss Grogan's class is the second first grade class that I took at Peck Elementary School here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Insert picture. Okay, so they used to have this jug, and I think if I remember correctly, it looked like a teddy bear, and it was a jug full of these babies. Runts. Oh yeah, Runts. I love these things. Now, as you can see, I've eaten pretty much all that are in here. That's why I don't eat them, because they are very addictive and very sugar-filled, and that's probably why my blood work from my physical said that my glucose was 1 over where it was supposed to be. Anyway, Runts. We would do like these little I don't know, these things in class. We would all sit on the floor. She would read a story or something, ask us questions about it or something like that, and whoever got the right answer would get a runt. Which my favorites, let's see if I've got some here. So, grape is a good one. But I used to love, I think I was in a mix between the heart and the little apple looking one. So this is the heart, as you can see right there. I do not like the banana. Here's a broken banana. And orange is okay. Here's an orange. Things are good. Let's see what else I got. No apples in here. So, yeah, and I just realized something. I don't remember there being an apple. There used to be an apple in here when I was a kid. Now, I feel like it was a red apple. On the cover, it's a green apple. So, but here's the thing about runts. The other part, and maybe I'll do a video about this later. I don't know what happened, but used to be up in the corner, Wonka. Wonka used to make this candy. And now it is owned by Ferrera Candy Company in Chicago. So I would love to know what happened to Wonka. Maybe I'll do some research and do another video or add on to this video. I don't know. But I miss Wonka. That's all I got to say. I think they taste the same. Let's try the little heart to see. The heart has this kind of soft flavor to it. Same flavor as it was when I was a kid. Wonderful. That's the orange. You really didn't think you were gonna come to this video and see me eating runts, right? And here we are, and we're sitting here and I'm eating runts. Let's grape them. I have a banana. Now let me tell you, one of the reasons I don't like the bananas, they're harder than all the rest of them. And they have a very hard shell, and they're hard on your teeth. Could you hear that? Oh. So, that's the story about the runts. And Miss Grogan, let me say, I've never had an issue about being attracted to the opposite sex. We won't go into all the details, but from a very early age, it was very apparent that I liked the ladies. And I had a huge crush on Miss Grogan. I cannot remember her first name for the life of me. I want to say Elizabeth, but I'm not sure. I thought Linda and Elizabeth. Can't find the woman, don't know if she got married or what. Of course, this was back in 1994 and 5. So a very long time ago. 27 years, I guess, to be exact. Almost 30 years ago. But Miss Grogan, I had an enormous crush on her as a kid. I thought she was just beautiful. And I've got several memories because, you know, that time was odd. I was sick a lot. Part of it, I think I faked being sick a lot. And then because they gave me antibiotics, I actually did get sick. That's what I think happened. But there's some legitimate record that I was sick during the first grade. Both first grades. To the point my mom would take me out and homeschool me. Because, you know, they would basically threaten to take me away. They would threaten us, or my mom. Because it was not your ideal situation. I stayed with my mom and my grandparents. It was a blended household. I was missing days of school, and it was just an unusual situation. So anyhow, I remember a few things about that year. One of which was I made her a Batmobile out of paper. I was big into Batman. I had just gotten, I think, both Batman movies. I want to say Batman Returns and the original not the original, but the 1989, both of the Keaton films. I had gotten both of them on VHS. My granddaddy had gotten them for me, and I want to say it was from Family Dollar. There was a Family Dollar down the road at Coliseum Boulevard. Now, let me explain that the Family Dollar that is there now is not the same location as the original Family Dollar. That is where I learned about Lon Chaney. That is where I got Batman, the one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, and that is also where my grandfather got me Batman Returns. So both of those, all of those movies, a lot of stuff I got from there. Anyway, I was on a big Batman kick. I made her a Batmobile out of paper. I kid you not. And I wish somebody would have taken a picture of it, because it was just totally fascinating that I was even able to do such a thing. But I gave that to her as a gift. And the truth was, I was just incredibly crushing on this teacher. Which you would think that would make me want to come to school. But apparently it didn't. There's another little girl that had a crush on me back then too, I could talk about. But I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I'm not going to embarrass her. But I remember it was the first interaction I ever had with a black female. And she looked like she was mixed. And I think she is. But she had these beautiful green eyes. I thought she was beautiful. But I was scared of her because of the whole thing of, prior to that, somewhere a few years prior, it had been told to me, if you ever marry a black girl, you will go to hell. So, of course, I'm like, I'm not marrying a black girl. I'm not going to mess with a black girl. And, of course, I was raised around older people, so I think just the idea of marriage and relationships was there from the beginning. Anyway, so it gives you insight on how I thought. Anyway, but I was scared of her. She would, like when we would sit on the floor, she would come close to me, and I would kind of and I would shy away, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'll never forget my barber at the time, Bill Young at Gene's Barbershop, the late Bill Young. I remember bringing it up to him. I think I was always there with my grandfather, and he was sitting across the way. And I'll never forget, he said, oh, it's a chocolate milk girl. It's a chocolate milk girl. And I said, no, she's black. He said, no, that's a chocolate milk girl. And I love how he really, kind of took the, I guess, racial aspect out of it, or at least was trying to. And I got to admit, in retrospect, I respect that, especially from a white man and from the South, and because you got a lot of people, obviously, there's a lot of people who are just still stuck in their ways, and and a lot of older people are still very stuck in their ways, and still have some racist ideologies and thoughts and so forth, which I'll never understand. But anyway, that was a really cool period, and back then, and I'll never forget Gene's Barbershop, and I talk about them because I do have some fond memories. I'll never forget the bubble gum, and I remember they used to have grape bubble gum, and they used to different flavors, and it's the one in the wrapper, same company that makes the ones in the wrapper, and it was just really good, and I'll never forget it, and it's just one of my special memories. Anyway, I know I've gone all over the place. The Runts, this is like me showing you what it was like in first grade for me, and why I remember this. A lot of people are like, dude, you got a ridiculous memory. Some things I'd like to forget, but I am thankful that I have a good memory on some of these things. Every time I pass a thing of Runts, I like to pick one up, not often, because you actually don't find them a lot of places. Once in a while, you'll see one, and it's like, ooh, I got to get some. But anyways, like I said, I was crushing on Miss Grogan. I don't know what happened to her. I will say this. If by some stroke of luck, Miss Grogan, that worked at Peck School back in the 90s, if you see this, reach out to me. Love to hear from you. I try to keep up with people, and I always get a kick out of just saying, oh, well, do you realize you had a first grader that had a crush on you almost 30 years ago? But anyway, I love stuff like that. I get a kick out of anything nostalgic and stuff that I can kind of like make a story around, and I don't know, I get a kick out of it. Anyway, so that's the story about the Runts and Miss Grogan in first grade, for the most part. Like I said, there's more I could say, but I'm not gonna bore you because I feel like I'm rambling, and by now you've probably already turned off the video, which is fine. I'm not mad at you, but if you held out until the end, which I hope is now, if you have held out the entire time, you know what? You deserve a gold star. Yes, that's your gold star. So, thank you again for watching. I'm not going to go through like and subscribe and all this other crap because I feel like everybody says that and it's annoying. And you're going to do it if you want to. You know the drill. If you like what you see, subscribe. Like my video. Add it to a playlist. Share it. Whatever. Maybe somebody will get a kick out of it. And who knows? Maybe I'll even find Miss Grogan from Peck Elementary School. Who knows? You never know. I'm still not going to mention the little girl's name. I want to reach out to her first and say, hey, do you remember this? Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching Matthew's World number 7, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. And thank you, Richard Donner, for making the majority of my childhood very special. You will be missed.